If you want to check out 4K, dig into it, read about the specs, what it will do for you, and make up your mind whether you want to go that way or not. And if you don't want to, and you're happy with what you have, keep what you have. Hello fellow followers, and welcome back to FanZcene. And today for you, don't want to buy 4K? That's okay. As someone who has collected physical media for years, since he was a kid, and all types of formats, and who does collect 4K, because I do collect 4K, and I do like buying 4Ks of certain titles, I can understand some people's frustrations with 4K and not wanting to, upgrade every single title they've purchased throughout the years onto 4K. I get it. I understand it. And I know for some people, they don't see a difference in 4K. Some people don't. I've heard some people say that. I've seen a difference, but I can understand if it doesn't impress you, if you don't want it, if you don't want to upgrade, that's okay. And to be honest with you, I've noticed that a lot of titles that have just gotten Blu-rays have also just gotten a 4K a couple months later, or like 5 or 6 months after that title had been released on Blu-ray with a 4K scan on Blu-ray. Well, honestly, that's also because it's a numbers game, and companies that put out these Blu-rays, they see how much these Blu-rays sell, and if that title sells thousands and thousands of units, that's more likely to get a 4K, and so that will get a 4K not too long after it's released. Because at the end of the day, if you're a collector and you're into collecting physical media and you want such title, this title, that title on Blu-ray, DVD, 4K, you have to buy the title, because companies will see which titles are being bought. So if you want something like super obscure and that's not sold a lot, you more than likely will not get that on a 4K, or in some cases even a Blu-ray. So you have to buy the titles. And I understand with everything going on in the world, inflation and cost of living and all that, and not being able to afford everything, I get it. Don't worry about it. And, I know I talk a lot of 4K. Sometimes I can't afford the Blu-rays or 4Ks I talk about. I just can't. As much as I want to get them, I just can't afford them. But I will say I will upgrade to 4K when I can. And sometimes, the idea for this video sort of came from Serial at Midnight, because he put out a 4K video sort of like this. And I just got to thinking about it, because I've been asked a couple times by some people, was like, I don't want to upgrade to 4K. I don't see nothing special about it. And I get that. Like I said, I truly get that, and I understand that. And if you don't want to do it, don't do it. But sometimes it's hard not to double dip, or in some cases triple dip. It happens. It happens as a collector. And sometimes there's those new steelbooks, 4K steelbooks, those new 4K restorations with a couple of special extra features. They can cause you to go, you know what, I want to get that. I want to get that. That's tempting, and that does happen. And so it can happen. It can happen to anybody, especially those who collect. But if you don't want to upgrade to 4K, you don't want to buy a 4K TV, you don't want to buy a 4K Blu-ray player, and you don't want to buy a 4K disc, that is okay. Don't feel ashamed. Don't feel like your collection is illegitimate or not complete. Like I've done on videos here before, I don't want to constantly repeat, but sometimes it does help get a point. Your collection is uniquely yours. You collect whatever you want in whatever format you want. And, if you don't want to get 4K, or if 4K has not impressed you, don't feel ashamed. Just don't feel ashamed. I will continue to upgrade certain discs to 4K. I will continue to buy 4K, as I do have a 4K TV and 4K Blu-ray player. But that's me, and you don't have to copy me. You don't have to follow my lead, and you don't have to buy all these 4K releases I talk about. I just wanted to do this little video on this like this and let you guys know that it's okay. I know I've done a couple of similar videos to it, but, sometimes it's good to reassure people, especially people out there who, want to get into like some real collections or want this movie or that movie. Don't think you have to have that 4K release, or that, I love Scream and Shout Factory, I love Kino Lorber, I love, Vinegar Syndrome, I love all these boutique Blu-ray labels, but don't feel like you have to get the boutique Blu-ray or 4K of that as well too. If you don't want to, if you have like the studio release of a title and that, it's fine for you. That's awesome. That's awesome. Hold on to that, because that's yours. It's uniquely yours, like I've said before. Don't worry about having to upgrade if you don't want to. Though, if you want to upgrade to 4K, I suggest, if you want to, make sure you look it over first, go through it, look at, test it out, then you can consider upgrading to 4K, do that, and maybe that'll help you. Or if you just, like I said, if you just don't want to do it, don't do it. 4K will be there, and hopefully we won't get to the 8K disc, which I don't think we'll get to the 8K disc, but we may get some 8K TVs down the line, which is crazy, But yeah, I don't think we'll have to get to that. I think 4K will be the top of the line of where collection is at, because at the moment, DVDs are still the #1 selling format, and then Blu-rays. Then at the very bottom is 4K. It is a bit of a niche market, and collectors, I think it's mostly collectors picking up those 4K, like myself. But like I said, check it out if you want to check out 4K. Dig into it, read about the specs, what it will do for you, and make up your mind whether you want to go that way or not. And if you don't want to, and you're happy with what you have, keep what you have. So yeah, that's just my thoughts on this, little video on it, and I didn't want to repeat too much stuff, and I just wanted to say thank you to Serial at Midnight, because his video, I watched it, sort of inspired this, and I hope I didn't copy a lot of what he said. But let me know what you guys think about all this in the comment section down below, and let me know what you guys think. Are you going to upgrade to 4K, or are you going to stay where you're at? Hit that like button if you liked what you saw. Subscribe and hit that bell for notifications. I would truly appreciate that if I earned your subscription. Share this video out for everybody to see. And wherever you guys are, please have a great, safe, happy, healthy day, morning, afternoon, evening, and night. Thank you for watching. As always, support physical media. It's the superior format. Godspeed.